Okay, question 1 is a probability question. This was actually very poorly answered. I think the best way to do this one is to draw up a quick tree diagram. So you've got red or green lollies. There's only 3 to choose from. So your first choice will either be a red, or a green. Okay, because there's 2 red and 1 green. If I chose a red first, then I've got 1 red or 1 green left. Same again here, I've got 1 red or 1 green left. If I chose green first, then I've got a red or a red to choose from. So what is the probability that they are both red? Okay, so this line has both red and red, or this line has both red and red. So there are 6 outcomes. There are 2 out of the 6 outcomes, which simplifies to 1 on 3. So that is answer B. Question 2. Which of the lines below could have been y equals negative 2x plus 4? First thing you notice when you look at this equation is that negative 2 in front of x means it's a negative gradient. So it must be sloping down from left to right. So that means it must be C or D. Positive 4 means its y-intercept is 4. So it must be answer C. Question 3. $1,200 is invested for 2 years at 10% per annum, compounding annually. The amount of interest earned in the second year is. So I think the best way to do this one is to just say, well, in your first year you'll have 1,200 times that by 1 plus 10 over 100 for compound interest. Okay, get your answer to that, which is 1320, and then repeat the calculation with that amount. So 1320 times by 1 plus 10%, that gives you 1452. The difference from the first year to the second year is $132. So our answer is C. Question 4. For this set of scores, which statement is true? So first of all, there's certainly not 4 scores. Alright, there's 4 different scores, but altogether our frequency tells us the number of scores. So you can straight away cancel out A and B. So 13 scores. You need to enter this into your calculator and find the mean. And what you should get for your answer is D, a mean of 7. Question 5 is a simultaneous equations question. If you were to solve this, I think elimination would be the best. So you would subtract equation 2 from equation 1. 2x minus 2x is 0. 3y minus negative 3y becomes 4y. And 20 minus 12 is 8. So divide by 4, y is 2, which is A. Question 6 is a surds question. Okay, if you square 3 root 5, that means you get 3 root 5 times 3 root 5, which is 9 times 5, because root 5 times root 5 is 5. Alright, then you've also got the second part here, and simplifying root 45 means that we get, remembering that you're looking for a square number that goes into 45, so root 9 times root 5 gives you 45. Square root of 9 is 3, so that part becomes 3 root 5. So we end up with 9 times 5 is 45, so 45 plus 3 root 5, which is A. Question 7. In the diagram below, find the bearing of B from A. So from A, this is our starting point. So from that position there, what is our bearing over to B? So we're looking at what angle this line is going in. The bearing is from north all the way around to here. Now, if this angle here is 40 degrees, then this angle here is also 40 degrees, because they're alternate angles. from north all the way around to west is 270 degrees. So you add the 40 and that gives you 310. Question 8. Which equation represents the line through 2, -3 parallel to y equals 5 minus 3x? If it's parallel, the gradient must be the same, so your gradient must be -3. Okay, you need to use your formula here. So y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. Okay, it's your point gradient formula. You must know that formula. So substituting our point in, remembering this is x1 and this is y1. So we've got y minus -3 equals -3 brackets x minus 2. Alright, so we're almost there really. If we look at our solutions or our possible solutions on the left, it has to be y plus 3 because that becomes y plus 3. So it has to be B or D, and it matches up in this case to B. Question 9. Make x the subject. Okay, so these ones are quite tricky. We need to rearrange this equation. Start with what's on the bottom. So how do I get rid of this 5 on the bottom? I multiply by 5. That would give me 5y equals 3x minus 2. Next, so I'm trying to get x on its own. So next I would add 2. So 3x equals 5y plus 2. And finally I would divide by 3. So x equals 5y plus 2, all divided by 3. So all over 3. Alright, so my answer is A, 9A. Okay, that's the end of the multiple choice section. Just one little tip. Often the multiple choice questions are quite tricky, so sometimes it is better to leave the multiple choice questions until the end of the paper, especially if you think that you're going to run out of time, because at least with multiple choice you can guess your answer if you run out of time. Okay.